Hey friends, how are you? This is Danny Morel. Happy New Year's to you. It's 2014, our first video of the year. We've got a lot of great content planned for you here on Real Estate Sales TV. None more important than understanding the foundation of lead generation, which is what I'm going to cover on this video. Let's get you more business than you know what to do with. Come on back and let's get started. All right, friends, so here's what we're going to do. A lot of the videos that I do tend to come from or tend to arise from conversations that I've had either with coaching clients or either with some of the agents that work here at our brokerage. And then, I see an issue and I see a problem, and then I want to make sure that I teach it to the masses so that you may be aware of the issue and so that you may know how to handle that issue if that ever arises in your business. So this particular issue, what I want to do is I want to start off by sharing with you. I do quarterly and actually now monthly reviews with every single one of our agents here at our office. We track our numbers, we track our plan for the year, we track our plan on a monthly basis. And so I was having a conversation with one of the agents. And the agent said something like this. She was a little bit newer to our system, a little bit newer to what we do, and a little bit newer to the principles that we follow, which are mostly from the Mike Ferry organization. And she said something like this. Well, I had a client, and we were ready to go, and that client backed out, and now I'm stuck. And then I looked at her like, okay, well, so what's wrong with that, And she was a little bit perplexed in that all of her energy, focus, and attention was on this one individual client. All of her hopes, all of her goals, everything was on one client, and I immediately knew what I had to share with her. And so what I want to do today is I want to share with all of you what it takes to really sell a lot of houses in this business. And I want to do it in the most simplest fashion possible, because I know deep inside, if you're watching this video, you want to sell a lot of homes. You got in this business for freedom. You got in this business for financial freedom and time freedom so that you can earn a lot in as little time possible so you can spend amazing time with your family and travel the world, right? That's why we all got in the business. Somewhere along the lines, for some reason or another, we forget that this is a sales business. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the sales funnel and help you to understand the difference between a high volume, high producing sales business and a low volume and low producing sales business. And then I'm going to ask you to be honest with yourself and really identify where you are. And then we're going to make some adjustments. So let's go ahead and get started. The foundation of the sales funnel, and this is kind of like a sideways funnel with the goal being $1, right? With the goal being a closed sale. The foundation of all sales activity, I want you to write this down, is activity. Activity, okay? This is the foundation. This is where it all starts, activity. All right. Now, in later videos, we're going to show you what activity. But let me tell you this much. Unless you've been in the business for several years with a huge database that you work that constantly refers you business, you have two options. Either A, wait for someone to walk through your doors and tell you that they want to list their home, or B, go out and find them. Very simple, guys. I know you may not like that, but if you have another option, please let me know. Well, there is C, spend a lot of money on a farm, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that for the most part, you've been in business less than 5 years, you don't have too much money to work with, and you don't have too big of a database. If you do, watch another video, but for the most part, let's talk here. Activity will actually get you what we like to call contacts. Contacts. What are contacts? Contacts are decision-making adults that can tell you yes or no. Very simple. So a contact is not a voicemail. A contact is not a letter. A contact is someone that you have the ability to speak with. And you can do your thing and they can tell you yes or no. Okay? So watch. Notice we have a lot of activity here, right? The more activity you do, the more contacts you have, okay? And contacts then turn into what? Contacts turn into leads. Now, mind you, these are unqualified leads. They're very simply leads, okay? And leads really don't pay the bills, guys. So when we have leads, we have to do something called lead follow-up. And I recommend, or my coach Mike recommends, that you need to be lead follow-up. At least you need to put aside at least an hour a day of focused and intentional lead follow-up, okay? Why? Because then you want to convert these leads into what? You want to convert them into qualified leads. Okay? So now we have qualified leads. Qualified leads are people that you have pre-qualified using a pre-qualification script. I remember I would do this on a daily basis. I would go out and I would prospect 3 hours a day, and then I would gather leads, and then I would call them and pre-qualify them, and I would then turn those leads into appointments, right? Appointments. Notice the funnel is getting a little bit tighter here, and it does that on purpose, and I'll tell you why in a second. After appointments, what happens? Well, after appointments, hopefully we get listings or we get sales, so we get opened escrows, right? Open escrows. Okay? And then from opened escrows, guess what happens? We get closed escrows, right? And then from there, hopefully you are putting all of your closed escrows into a database that you are marketing to, so that in the future you can do less activity and you can have a true business that generates sales from you just from your relationships that you have built, okay? So let me give you an example, guys. If you notice here, we started with a lot of activities, and a lot of activities gave us contacts, and then we have a little less leads, and then from the leads we have a little less qualified leads, and then from the less qualified leads we have less appointments, and then the less appointments we have a smaller number of open escrow, and then from open escrows we have a smaller number of closed escrows. I started out telling you about an individual that I don't think understood this. Guys, listen, if you have one lead, the chances of you getting to a closed escrow are slim to none. But let's say you go out and you host an open house for a second, or you get on the phones, or whatever you choose to do, but you go out and you make, let's say, 50 contacts. Well, then from the 50 contacts, that equates to, or that turns into, right, 10 leads. And then from those 10 leads, if you're doing proper lead follow-up, that will turn into, let's say, 5 qualified leads, right? Of those 5 qualified leads, you can convert, let's say, 4 of them to appointments. Those 4 appointments will convert into 2 opened escrows. And the 2 opened escrows will lead you to 1 closing. Okay? This is called the numbers game. I'm going to challenge you right now, guys. The problem you've been having at the end of the day, if I could be as honest as possible with you, if you are not closing a lot of escrows, it is simply because you are not doing a lot of activity. Your funnel, if you're not closing a lot of escrows, or if you didn't close the amount of deals in 2013 that you would like to, if you're honest with yourselves, I know we may not like that, but sometimes honesty is like the best medicine, right? If you're honest with yourselves, your funnel looks like this. Look how small it is. Activity, leads, qualified, and then you get stuck. Guys, this is called the numbers game. And you have to understand the numbers in your business so that you can then adjust based off the numbers, and you can bend them the way that you want to. This is why here at our office we track our numbers. This is why we report our numbers on a daily basis. And this is also why the agents here increase production by as little as 30% and as high as 4,000%. I'm going to challenge you, and I've never done this on these videos before. If you're local, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to contact me. We need to have a talk because I believe that in you possess the ability to increase production by as high as 4,000%. I've seen it happen. We had at least 3 or 4 agents in this office that did it. If you're out in other states, guess what I want you to do? I want you to subscribe to Real Estate Sales TV because it is my commitment to you in 2014 to bring you for absolutely free the best content possible to help inspire you, motivate you, and teach you so that you can double and triple your business and you can live the life that you truly want to live. Guys, in recap, remember, if you do a lot of activity, it will lead you to a lot of sales. If you do a little activity, chances are you're going to be frustrated, okay? On the next video, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the different types of activities that you can do, and we're going to talk about why some people tend to do more activity than others, and hopefully, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This is a journal that I use every single day. And on the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what you can do on a daily basis to get you to do more activity. At the end of the day, guys, if you go out there and you do more, you will earn more. And if you earn more, then you'll have the ability to have the freedom you want, to make the choices you want, to live the lifestyle you want, and to be able to contribute and give back exactly the way you've always wanted. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's going to be a phenomenal 2014. I'm 100% committed to you. Get ready for the best year of your life. Subscribe to Real Estate Sales TV or look us up here locally in TerroSCCareers.com. Let's meet. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.